Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be taking a look at the top loadouts of February 2022 and the top loadouts that the streamers are using. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the meta the meta loadouts, and this is the Bren and the MP40 or the well gun. Now I know not everyone has the well gun unlocked or leveled up at all, which is why I'm going to put the MP40 there as well. Now going back to the Bren, which is your main primary, if we look at this TTK chart that I've whipped up on True Game Data's website, as you can see, the Bren does beat every other kind of gun. It doesn't have a drop off until 159 meters ish, so about 160 meters, so it absolutely dominates. Now the reason that this gun isn't used by everyone is because of all of the alternatives. However, I'll get to those in the following classes. Now as your SMG, as you can see in this chart here, the well gun is the clear winner by a good 100 milliseconds. However, not everyone has it unlocked, as they've made the challenge pretty long. You have to get 10 ADS kills with an SMG in 15 different matches. Now the builds haven't changed much, so the build for the Bren is on screen as follows. So yeah, and now hit it. And this is the build for the well gun and the build for the MP40. Now moving on to our second class, is kind of like, I guess, the second meta. Now this is the Growl. Now looking at the TTK graph here, the Growl doesn't look that amazing. It's kind of in third place. However, if you look at its drop-offs, it only has one. And now the Growl has been all over YouTube recently as well. Loads of creators saying this is the best. And judging by its first drop-off at 47 meters, this gun is a very solid option. Now the build for the Growl hasn't changed at all since the Modern Warfare meta. It is here on screen, and I'd recommend pairing this with the well gun or the MP40 once again. Now there's a few more meta guns that I'm going to quickly go through, which are for the long range meta. This includes the RPD. A very famous streamer called TP, I came across his stream the other day, and he was using the MP40 and the RPD. Now I hadn't ever seen the RPD be mentioned by JGod, and so I wasn't really aware of it. However, when I chucked it in the True Game Data graph, as you can see here, so it actually beats even the Growl, which is the current kind of YouTube meta. So I think this gun is awesome, and I've whipped up a quick build that looks pretty similar to Teep's build. It's pretty difficult to but this is kind of what I saw. Now another one is the Cooper Carbine. Despite its lower TTK, it's literally like the Kilo, and so if you're a new player, or you're not very good with controlling recoil, then this gun is perfect for you. So the build for the Cooper Carbine is as follows. It's on screen now, and I get this gun leveled up, as judging by its kind of low TTK, I doubt it's going to get that many nerfs, if any at all. Now the final kind of long range meta gun is the STG. This has been meta since the start, and it is recommended by a few people. So despite it having a kind of medium time to kill like the Cooper Carbine, it kind of sits in that very easy to use category, and it's all over the floor, so you're likely to have it at least level 30 by now if you've been playing pretty consistently, if not even more. So the STG build is on screen as follows, and as I've mentioned before, all of these long range guns will be paired with the MP40 or the well gun. Now not everyone loves to use long range metas, so of course I'm going to talk about snipers. Now the sniping situation in Vanguard is pretty stinky, I'm not gonna lie to you. However, the Cold War Swiss is still dominating with its instance ADS time, no flinch, very high TTK values, and if you don't have it leveled up as it was a DLC gun in Cold War, this is the build for the Kar 98 in Modern Warfare, if you happen not to. Now you are going to need a sniper support to pair it with, and there's been very mixed opinions on what you're actually going to pair snipers with. Warzone Loadouts, they recommend the PPSH as playing. I think if you're high enough skill, you can use the MP40. Now if you can't handle this, you can also use the STG or the AS44. Build for the AS44 is as follows. It's on screen here, and I think it's just quite fun to use as well, as despite its pretty high recoil in my opinion compared to the other guns, it's very predictable. The recoil is very predictable, and so you can learn it. So overall, those are the top loadouts. You've got your Bren and the MP40/well gun as your kind of meta class that everyone's running around with. Pretty standard there. However, you can also use the STG, the Growl, the Cooper Carbine, even the RPD. Sniper wise, I'm going to recommend the Swiss. However, if you want to deviate out, you can always use the Modern Warfare Kar 98. If you've used any guns that I haven't mentioned in this video, please feel free to let me know down below in the comments, and I'll make sure to consider that for the next video. Thank you all for watching it to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.